And we are live. Hello, homemakers, and everyone in the chat or on the replay. On today's episode of Homemaking with Purpose, we are going to talk about how you can kick overwhelm to the curb with a little bit of planning and by romanticizing your life for November. So, let me first encourage all of you to download my free printable 21 days to get your house ready for the holidays. And this will just kind of help you coze into it to kind of get things done on a day by day basis so that you're not crazy when it's like 2 days before the holiday. It is linked in the description box and it will serve you well regardless of what holiday you are prepping for. Now, I had Thanksgiving in mind when I prepared it, but it should work for you regardless of what holiday you have in mind. And with Hanukkah and Christmas hard on the heels of Thanksgiving, you will have much of this already in hand by the time that holiday rolls around. So please download the printable and it will put you on my email list. And I encourage you to subscribe. So when it asks you to subscribe, say yes. And then you can get my newsletter and other information that I'm going to be working on for you. So first off, the holidays can be so overwhelming if you let it. And for young homemakers or new homemakers, when you're first getting started, you feel this pressure sometimes to have everything be so wonderful for your first Christmas or your first Thanksgiving and all of that. So let's try not to do that. So again, welcome to everybody in the chat, and I'll come over in a little bit and say hello. But let me go ahead and get started with our message, just so that for those that want to jump off once they've kind of heard some of the information, they can. So let me ask you guys this, and you guys know this is something I frequently say. So, how do you eat an elephant? Tell me in the chat. How do you eat an elephant? Do 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 do. So now, how to eat an elephant? What do we have? How to eat an elephant, people? And what I always say is that you eat an elephant, as Jerry Barber, my little sister, says, one bite at a time. And Nefertiri at Matriarchs Matter says, one bite at a time. So yes, you eat an elephant one bite at a time. Now, India Princessa says she's never heard that expression before. It's a very old expression. I don't know where it came from, but it's very old. And you eat an elephant. Now, Lynette Williams says you don't. Well, actually, you really don't eat elephants, but the whole idea behind the saying is that an elephant is so large. You can't sit down and eat an elephant at one sitting. So you eat it the one bite at a time. And it may take several days, even several weeks to get that done. So, how do you prepare for a holiday one bite or one piece at a time? So, what you're going to do is to break your holiday up into bite sized pieces. And you're going to do that with a plan. So, when we look at the holiday, there is a lot going on. But typically, when we look at how we break the holiday up into different sections, we've got the house because we got to get the house ready, whether it's decorating or just cleaning or preparing for company. The house is one part of it. The baking is another part because typically for Thanksgiving, for Hanukkah or Christmas or Kwanzaa, there may be particular dishes that we like to bake for that particular holiday. So there's baking that needs to be done. There's the meal itself because that's when the family gathers together and sits down to enjoy their blessings, to celebrate whatever it is that they're celebrating. And then, of course, if gift buying or gift giving is associated with that particular holiday, there's that. And then, of course, the family gathering and how you're going to either seat everybody or house everybody, that kind of thing. So those are the things to think about. Oh wait, now I gotta just stop. I'm not supposed to be doing this right now, but I gotta stop. Okay, so look over here. So Sarah said she is currently making my mac and cheese to practice for the holidays. She said she's going to do kind of like a little Southern thing going on for the holidays. Now, truth be told, I'm not Southern. I was born right here in Indiana, and my mom was born right here in Indiana, but her mother was born in Michigan, but her dad was born in the South. And so some of the recipes that I cook have come to me from other family members that do have some of those roots and whatever. But Sarah, I'm so excited you're making my mac and cheese, so let me know how it turns out. Okay, back on task. Sorry. All right, back on task. All right, so we're going to break that holiday up into the various pieces that we need to look at. And again, I want to encourage you to download my 21 days to get your house ready for the holiday, because it can help you to take care of your house piece. That's what it's focused on, is the house and maybe any kind of laundry, or not laundry prep, but grocery prep that you might need to do, and that kind of thing. And this is what it looks like. And it starts with day one, which is your thinking and planning day. And then you move on through each day. Day two, serveware. Day three, holiday linens. Day four, entryway, those kinds of things. However, we are less than 21 days out to the holiday right now. So there might be a couple of these things that you need to combine. For example, your thinking and planning day probably should just be that. But you can certainly do day 2 and 3, which is look out your serveware and take a look at your holiday linens. You could do those things in one day. And then as far as decorating your entryway or your front porch, those kinds of things, you might want to combine some of those items. But when you take a look at this printable, it just helps you break down all those typical things that you might need to do, which includes cleaning some of the various bedrooms. For example, on day 6, I've got clean guest bedroom number 1. So I have 2 guest bedrooms. One's a bona fide guest bedroom, which I've already got clean, and I am really working at making myself not to put anything on the bed. Don't put anything in that room, because you know how easy it is with a room that no one lives in. It's real easy to just set something in there when you're working somewhere else. And I'll just put it in here for now while I figure out what to do with it, or until I'm done with yada, yada, yada. And then that ends up in there, then something else and something else. I'm really working hard at not doing that, because I've got that room clean and ready for company. And I don't want to have to redo it. So that one's done. And what that will include is making sure that the dresser, chest, and any tabletops in there are clear of clutter. I will dust and wipe down the surfaces. I strip the bed and launders the linens, and then I'll go ahead and remake the bed and have all that done, so that I don't have to worry about trying to do that the day before company comes. If I'm going to buy a new pillow for that room, I'll buy that ahead of time and have it in there. And then I'll put out a welcome kit, which will include things like a box of Kleenex, lotion, bottled water. And like I said, get the bed remade with all the fresh linens, and then lay out fresh towels on the bed or somewhere in the room so that room's ready to go. This is what I have down to do for day 6. If you've got another room that you need to work on, you can do the second guest bedroom on day 7. My second guest bedroom is my office. So typically my little girls will sleep in here. And so I have to make sure that everything is all neat and clean. Things that I don't want them to bother, put up and put away, but have it ready so that people can actually get in here. And I don't want to wait until the last minute to be doing those things. Those kind of last minute details increase your stress. They make you crazy. And then you're tired and you're irritable and you're snapping at your family, or you're just not having a good time. So one of the things you want to do, like I said, download this list and work through it as best as you can to help you prepare for the holiday. So Rachel says she's really working on clutter this year. Oh, they're moving back to the mainland in about 5 or 6 months. If you guys that have not met Rachel, her husband is in the Navy, so they're a military family. Right now, they're living in Hawaii, and she's just had a new baby. I think the baby's probably about maybe 5 or 6 months old now. But like she says, they're going to be moving back to the mainland, so that's pretty exciting for them as well. Oh, yes, and please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate that, Rachel. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So, but those are some things that you can do to help plan, to help you prepare for the holiday. Now, let me make sure I stay on track because you guys know how I can do. So, we're going to look at the list. Now, we've had a couple of shows already where we've talked about prepping in regards to food and grocery buying. If you've not started buying your grocery items, the food items that you need for the holiday, please, ladies and gents, start now. If you're roasting a turkey, Kroger has them in. So if Kroger's got them in, then your local grocery store probably has them in. Walmart has them in. And truth be told, the lady in the fish market at Kroger said, Walmart has turkeys for 98 cents a pound. Whereas the Kroger butterballs were like $1.99 a pound. So now let's talk price. Whole roasted chickens were like $1.99 a few weeks ago. I haven't bought one since my ridiculous grocery haul. If you missed that ridiculous grocery haul, I will link it in the description box below so you can check that out. But $1.99, whereas typically is kind of high for a turkey. I like to get mine when they're like 69 cents a pound or 79 cents a pound. But who knows if they're going to drop that low this season. So what I might do is just go ahead and get one. I might go to Walmart and try to get one at the 99 cents a pound and see what's what and get that in the freezer. If you're not roasting a turkey, but you're going to roast a chicken, get those roasted chickens, well, those whole chickens in and get them in your freezer and just start picking up those items that you need. You can get your sweet potatoes now. They'll keep for a couple of weeks until Thanksgiving. And then whatever else special you're picking up, start getting those things in if you can and get them in the freezer. I picked up my pies yesterday. I've got a mini grocery haul I'm going to try to put up on my shorts if I can get it short enough. We'll see. But I picked up pies yesterday. Kroger has the Marie Calendar pies for $5.49 a pound. Or was it $4.99? $4.99 a pie. So I picked up a cherry crunch, a Dutch apple, and a pecan. Those are the pies that we like. My daughter-in-law will make homemade sweet potato, banana pudding, and some other desserts that she will bring in. So I've got desserts covered. And my sister may make a peach cobbler. So I've got those things covered. But think about what can you get now? And then here's the other thing, and we talked about this last week. Don't feel like you have to bake your own pies. If you like the Marie Calendar pies, buy those, get them in your freezer, and then get them out and have them ready. Your family will not care. They will love them just as well. So let's do that. And then on last week's show, I spent the show talking about how I prepare for the holidays. I let you guys know what I did first, what I did second, that kind of thing. If you missed that show, do check it out because it will be very helpful for you as you think about what it is you need to do first, second, and third, what needs to go into the oven when, those kinds of things, because that would be helpful for you so that you can just relax and coze into the holiday. Like I said, I'll link that below. When I was getting the show set up, I forgot to link that. So I will link it as soon as we're done. And then before we go any further, let me just say welcome to Homemaking with Purpose, where we bring to you the best ideas, interviews, and information for today's homemaker. I am Denise Jordan, your host, and tonight's episode of Homemaking with Purpose is brought to you by Apron Diva. Pretty and practical, we believe that an apron can be a homemaker's best accessory. And we would like for you to visit us at www.apron.com aprondiva.com. And what you can see here is that we are hosting our Black Friday sale, and it is going all month long. People have been taking advantage of it, and some things are selling out. Here's our one remaining adult Shelly apron. And you can see this one is unisex, so it's for men as well as women. So here it is on my guys. And then down here it is on my girls. So it's the same apron. Cheyenne here is wearing the adult size. So here's the adult size. And then Zaria here is wearing the kids. And she's wearing the kids here. And then Jaden is wearing the kids as well. So there is that. And then right here is my personal homemaking mentor, Fly Lady Cat, and she is wearing our apron called Robin. She bought one last year for her and her daughter so they could do their holiday baking and be wearing the same apron. So here they are there, and we have it on sale as well. So it's marked down to $32 from $35, and you can just see the iconic Christmas icons that are on it. And this is why we call it Robin, because there's a little robin that's on it. I don't know if you can see it here, but all the classic Christmas elements. So please check us out at www.aprondiva.com. We've got our lowest prices of the season, and let us help you with all your gift giving apron needs. Okay, so now let me come over here and see what people are saying. We'll just see what people are saying. So, India Princess is saying hello to everyone. And then Duncan, Party of Six, is here. I'm glad you're here for the live show. And then Nefertiti saying hello, blue skies in the chat. And oh, thank you, Nefertiti. That is so kind of you. She turned off the crown to be here, but you can pick the crown back up once we're done. So, okay, thank you. So, Lynetta, hello. So, in India Princess says that she says randomly in the morning we are live. And then Jerry saying hello to everyone. And Nefertiti says we are live with me. We talked about the one bite at a time. And let us see what else people are going on. So several people have said hello. So hello to everyone in the chat. And then Kim found turkeys in her area. What? 59 cents, 87 cents, $1.07, and $1.15 a pound. What's your store, Kim? What store is it? Maybe it's one that's in our areas as well. So let us know what store that is. So Nefertiti said she can remember when they wouldn't even be getting dressed until right before dinner, or if at all, sacrificing herself simply because she failed to prepare timely. Don't let this happen to you. Yes, I know you do not want to be running upstairs or running into the bedroom to get dressed at 3 o'clock and company's coming at 4. You don't want to do that. First of all, that day, you're going to get your stuff going because you will have planned ahead, but you're going to take yourself into your bedroom at least at 1 o'clock, get dressed, and then you're going to put on your apron, which is your superpowers. That's your cape that unlocks your superpowers. You're going to put on your apron, and then you're going to come back out, and then you're going to sort out whatever needs sorting out, but you're not going to be making yourself crazy. So yes, you want to get yourself dressed no later than 1 o'clock if you're having dinner at 4. And Thanksgiving dinner is one of those dinners you can serve at 4. If you're doing a Thanksgiving lunch and you're having, say, dinner at 2, then you're going to want to move that time frame up about 2 hours. So, okay, so there's that. And then Patience says she's been there too. She's had that happen to her before, and she says she's not doing that this year. No, we are not, because we are planning ahead. And I'll come back to some more of that in just a second. But hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I'm glad you like that, Janelle. We can sell you one. So, hey. And also on my YouTube channel now, I've got a little shop button at the top. If you click on that shop button, it takes you right to my store. Oh, and Mindy won a free 15-pound turkey from her bank. Boom, Mindy, you are in business. I like it. So hello, May May. Glad to have you here. Giant. It's called the Giant Eagle. So Giant Eagle 59 cents, Mark's 87, Meyer 55. I've got a Meyer here in town, so I'm gonna have to get my husband to take me out there. Myers has turkeys 55 cents. I'm going to check that out. So thank you so much. So now we know Walmart's has turkey somewhere around 98 cents a pound. Meyer, which is a national chain, has them around 55 cents a pound. And then the Giant store and other places. So check out your local stores for turkey and pick them up now. So Donna says, by the time she finishes cooking, she's not hungry. She's hoping that prepping and preparing ahead of time, she can enjoy the holidays. And yes, Donna, you can. By prepping and preparing ahead of time, you can. Okay, so it doesn't matter what size those turkeys are. If you found them and if you couldn't find one over 14, then buy 14 pounds. Buy whatever you need. So glad we got that. All right, so people are getting their turkey, so I'm glad they're doing that and getting that done. All right, so now let's talk about making that plan because that is so important. So when we talk about making that plan, oh, and if you have a question, be sure and put a hashtag Q in front of it so that I can find it. I'm not sure if Blue Skies is going to be on tonight or not. So if she's not, that way I can find it and you guys can help me find it as well. So put a hashtag Q if you have a question in front of it. Okay, so I've got Kimmy's planner, which I bought last year. And this is what it looks like. She's in her Apron Planner 2022. But in the November section, she's got a portion or a part that says, oh, let me get this off the screen, that says Ready, Set, Party. It's your Thanksgiving party planning countdown. So, and there's about 5 or 6 pages that make up this party planning section. And in it, what she talks about is what to do 3 to 4 weeks before, 2 weeks before, 1 week before, the week of, the day before, and the day of. Now, it's okay if you don't have this planner. You can create your own list. All you need is a notebook, just a plain old simple little notebook, or a notepad, and a piece of paper, and you can create your own Thanksgiving planner countdown. So don't feel like you got to go out and spend money. You can also go online and just search for Thanksgiving planner countdown, and it will give you some suggestions, and you can create your own from that perspective. And again, like I said, download my 21 Days to a Clean House, because that's one of the things you want to work on is getting the house ready. And then you also be thinking about what you're going to be needing to do in regards to your food assignments and all that kind of thing. So on the first page is your Thanksgiving party planning countdown. And I told you about the various weeks that you have to look for. Now, what are some of the things that she has on this? Plan your menu, make a grocery list, create a guest list, delegate food assignments, create invitations, which can be physical or digital, inventory your cooking equipment, plan decorations, buy, borrow necessary decorations, all that kind of stuff. 3 weeks before, 2 weeks before, map out the best places to buy food, clip coupons, buy your turkey or whatever other big protein item you plan to have, confirm food assignment. So again, it's just a checklist of the things that you need to do so that you are not crazy. You're going to plan ahead and do these things. Now, today is December 9th, so we've got just about 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, and you're going to be working this plan. So those are some of the things that you're going to want to be doing. And then the next page is your to-do list. So once you've made your plan, now you're going to come up with the things that you need to do, and you're going to make the list of those things that you need to do. And you might want to look at your calendar and put a little bit of date on them as to when you need to get those things done. She also has a page in here that actually includes your Thanksgiving menu, and then a place at the bottom for notes. You can write your Thanksgiving menu down on your notepad. Doesn't have to be in this planner. So you can make your list and put all those things in a simple notepad and go from there. And then one of the things that I really like includes her grocery list. And again, you can make your grocery list on your notepad. But her other page, which I thought was really kind of genius, because it's not something that I thought to do, was to have an assignment list. And the one thing I want you to think about is you are not required to make everything yourself. You are not required to make everything yourself. You are not required to make everything yourself. Delegate, delegate, and delegate. So what do we do for delegation when we're having Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner here? Mickey Blue Skies is that sweet potato maker. She makes the best candied sweet potatoes in the world. She makes them just like my mom used to make them. My mom made them like her mom used to make them. So it's a family recipe, and Mickey Blue Skies can whip it up. As we say, she can definitely put her foot in it. It is delicious. So I assign her to make the sweet potatoes. If she's having some trouble with her hands, and she's having, because sometimes she has a little arthritis, if she's having a little trouble with her hands, I might go over and help her peel them, but she will make them. My sister Lavina is the potato salad maker. That woman can make a potato salad. So Lavina makes the potato salad. My sister Tina makes the fruit salad. My niece Helena, if she's here, I'll ask her to make her famous green beans with potatoes. So, I delegate those things that we're going to have to other people. Now, as host, I'm going to make the turkey. I'm going to make the ham. I'm going to make the dressing to go with that turkey. I'm going to do the cranberry sauce. If I'm going to make homemade, I'll make homemade, but I'll also have some canned ocean spray, and I provide all the beverages. So what do you need to delegate? Now, you don't have to provide all the beverages. If you've got single men that don't have, they don't cook or whatever, they're pleased to bring beverages. Say, look, I need you to bring this, this, and this. Now, here's something that I was talking to a person about the other day. Some families have a lot of stress associated with the holidays because there may be alcohol served, and then it may cause some family members to act out of character. If you know that happens at holiday time with certain family members, don't serve alcohol. I rarely serve alcohol at my holiday gatherings because I do have a family member that has a problem with alcohol. She's good now. She said it doesn't bother her, and she doesn't expect other people to change their lifestyle for her. It's just as easy for me just to serve lemonade, iced tea, wassail, and have various cans of pop, 7 Up, Coke, Sprite, those kinds of things. I don't need to serve wine. And my husband cannot serve beer at that particular time. So there's that. But again, make your assignment list. And then when you've got your little notes going, you're going to put on your little notebook, who's bringing what? What are you making? That kind of thing. How many people are you having? And so you kind of know about how much is needed. So there's that. And then the last page of her holiday planner is the cooking schedule. And it says, don't get overwhelmed, just follow these guidelines. And what she's got on the schedule is a place like whatever the dish is, and then the week you're going to make it, the day before or the day of, or, like the cooking method or whatever. So for example, now one of the ladies last week shared a wonderful idea where she will make her turkey the day before Thanksgiving, debone it, put it in a crock pot or a slow cooker with the juices on it to keep it warm and serve it that way. That way it's out of the way the day before. I like to pop my turkey in that morning around 6 o'clock, get it out at 10, and then I'll put some other things in the oven while the turkey is resting and my husband hasn't sliced it yet, that kind of thing. So think about those kinds of things as far as your cooking schedule is concerned. And if you missed last week's show, do go back and check that out. And let's see, if was there one other thing I wanted to get with this. Oh, and then on the very last page is like the cooking schedule for the day before and the day of. So as you put things in your notebook, you're either going to look at what are you going to make 2 or 3 days before, the day before, and the day of. I'll make my collard greens maybe 2 or 3 days before. I'll make my cornbread 2 or 3 days before so that it can so it can dry and get nice and hard and stale for my dressing. The collard greens I'll make early and put them in the freezer. So then I'll take them out that morning and just warm them up, or either the night before in the fridge and let them thaw and then warm them up that day. Just kind of plan what you're going to do so you're not crazy. And people, let your children help you with something. Now, I used to always, when we would get the children's table ready, I've got like a little 5 or 6 foot table that is probably about that wide. It's not as wide as a regular banquet table. It's about half the size, but I would set that up for the kids to eat on. And I'd have my husband put brown paper over the top and then have him draw turkeys and different things on it for the kids. Well, once my granddaughter and grandson got older, he said, no, they can do that. So he would tape the brown paper down and then he would have the 2 older grandkids draw the turkeys and different little things out there, have them set the table up, put the crayons out, those kinds of things. Get them involved in some way. Maybe they're going to make place cards or whatever. And I just thought we made place cards, I don't know, about 10 years ago when my dad was still alive. And I would always save the place cards. I wouldn't let people take them home. I would collect them and put them in the china cabinet. I'm going to get those place cards out now. 2 or 3 of the people that we made place cards for since have died. So we're going to get those out and we'll just kind of look. We'll just see. I don't want to get sad now when I'm talking about it. But anyway, we're going to do that. So we're going to do that. So making a plan, though, is so important to your peace of mind and getting your family members involved with having you plan. Talk to your kiddos and ask them, what would they like to see? What kind of decorations do they want? Keep it in mind, too. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to be cozy and fun. That's all. Just cozy and fun. Okay. So now for you seasoned homemakers out there, share in the chat how you plan. Because our young homemakers are looking at what you write and they may come back later on and look at the chat. So for my seasoned homemakers, let me know what it is that you do to plan. How do you plan? And I'll give you time to write some things in and I'll go back and kind of see what you guys have been saying in the chat now. So let's do that. Oh, so Kim says Aldi's has turkeys for $1.07 a pound and Acme 49 cents a pound. She's in Ohio. We've got an Aldi's here. We don't have an Acme, but we do have an Aldi's. But I'm going to check out Meijer because we've got a Meijer's too. So if Meijer's have turkeys in Ohio, they ought to have turkeys in Indiana. And then I think my Higgy house, I forgot your name. You told me last week. Something. I forgot. You're going to have to tell me again because I lost it. So Aldi has butter. Oh my goodness, $2.49 a pound. I am going there tomorrow. I got butter at Kroger just the other day, and it was $7 for these 2 little packs that I got. It was like either $7 or $7.99, but the butter was like $3.50, $4 a pound. I usually buy Land O'Lakes butter, but the Land O'Lakes was like $5.99. So I got the Kroger brand, the unsalted, and they had a 2-pack, and it was about $7 or $7.50 for the 2 cartons of butter. But I'm going to Aldi tomorrow, definitely. So yes, Patience Nefertiti said she's going to be sending planning energy. So we're going to be sending planning energy and planning vibes and God's good graces and blessings to all of my homemakers out here. We're going to have a peaceful holiday season. So, Patience says by the time she eats, sometimes she's sick of looking and dealing with food. But if you start a couple of days ahead and just pace yourself, you won't feel that way when the meal comes. And you can sit down and enjoy all your hard work with your family. Okay, so yes, people are going to be getting that butter. And then Sue says she loves Kimmy's planner and she's writing notes from this life in it now. She's going to be buying her 2023 planner soon. I was going to be getting the 23 planner, but I bought the 2022 planner for one of my sisters and she didn't use it. She didn't write a single note in it. She just didn't use it. Not that she didn't care for the planner, she just didn't use it. So she sent it back to me. So I thought, I've got this brand new planner and there's nothing in it. So I might try to see if I can figure out how to get the dates changed so that I can use it next year because I love the planner. I truly do love the planner. So we'll see. Oh, and Donna says she's been trying to find frozen pie crust. The stores have been out. You know, Donna, I haven't looked for those yet. So, you ladies in the chat or you gents, if you found frozen pie crust, let Donna know where you might have seen them so we can help her sort that out. Oh, thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. You don't have to do it alone one more time. Yes, no, you don't have to do it alone. And thank you so much for this super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So if you don't trust someone's cooking, they can bring the soda, paper plates, or plastic forks. Yes, you can do that too. But here's the thing. If you don't trust their cooking, is it that you don't trust their cooking because they're newly learning to cook? Or do you not trust their cooking because they're not a clean cook? There's two different things. If they're just learning to cook, assign them something that's not hard or that's fairly simple, like green beans or corn or something like that. But if they're not a clean cook, then yeah, give them the paper products. So I got you. I understand that right there. So how do you learn to set a budget and meal plan? Well, this is the thing, Nicole. For first of all, you set the meal plan according to whatever it is that your family likes to eat. My family, we eat the same thing for Thanksgiving and Christmas since I was born. And I believe they ate the same thing when my mom was born. My mom would always say, well, what's our menu? What are we going to have? And I'm like, Mom, we have the same thing every year. We have turkey and dressing, cornbread dressing. We also have a ham. We have candied sweet potatoes. We have cranberry sauce, and I'll have jelly cranberry sauce and whole berry cranberry sauce. We have collard greens, macaroni and cheese, a green salad, whole kernel corn, and I think that's it. I got potato salad, sweet potatoes. Yeah, so that's what we have for dinner every Thanksgiving and every Christmas. A couple of times I might have added something new. One of my daughter-in-laws, she'll make some kind of a Brussels sprouts dish that's really good. So she's added that. So when she comes, she'll make that and people look forward to it because it's really good. So when you get a new family member, they will introduce something from their birth family. So that's going to be the meal plan. I already know what we're going to have to eat. And I also know I'm going to have a house full of people. So I'm going to need to plan things for breakfast. Maybe I'm going to do a breakfast casserole for Thanksgiving morning. So everybody's not in the kitchen, or so my husband's not in the kitchen trying to make breakfast because he makes breakfast for the family. So, or I might need to have something cooked early enough so that I get out of the way so that he can make breakfast and then get the family in and out, that kind of thing. Whatever we tend to do. But so you're going to make your meal plan first based upon whatever it is that your family likes to eat. Are you going to do a turkey? Are you going to do roasted chicken? Are you going to do some kind of a roast? Whatever it is that you're going to make your meal plan. And then once you've got your meal plan, then you have to look at your budget. How much money do you have? And your budget for your holiday meal is in addition to whatever you normally buy your groceries with or for. So if I normally spend, say, $200 on groceries, I know that I'm going to need to spend an additional $100 to $125 to buy the foods that I need in for the holiday meal, because you're buying more food, larger quantity, and probably a few different things than you might normally buy. So that's how you think about that. Now, if let's say you've got a very tight budget and you've only got, we'll say, $75 to spend on your holiday meal, then you're going to make that $75 work. So you're going to buy your turkey or your meat, your protein item first, because that's going to be the most expensive. And then you're going to start looking at the foods. Right now, like sweet potatoes, which should be on sale or coming on sale. Canned goods such as corn and green beans and peas, those kind of things go on sale close to holiday time as well. So you'll be able to pick up some of those things on sale. And then your pop or soda, as many people call it, they will have some of those items on sale as well. Either pick up the 2-liter bottles so that you can pour, or you can get the little minis, which cost a little bit more, but you're able to control the serving sizes and go from there. Now, a lot of people like to use bottled water. If your budget's really tight, don't buy bottled water. Put water in a pitcher and put ice in it and pour people water from that. They don't have to have bottled water. Your tap water ought to be in good condition. We have good water here in our city. As a matter of fact, I think we won a good drinking water contest or whatever. So cut costs where you can. If your budget's really tight, don't buy cute little paper plates and napkins and flatware. Use your own regular dishes because you've already got them, so they're free, and just wash them. And get your family members to help you wash things up. You probably want to go ahead and buy some napkins, paper napkins, unless you have enough cloth napkins, but most of us don't. So you probably want to buy paper napkins. But as far as flatware and like plasticware and that kind of stuff, if you need to cut costs, save money on that. If you need to save money on drinks, then you can make iced tea or lemonade. That's relatively inexpensive and it goes a long way. So there's that. So think about those kinds of things. And you guys think about what are some other ways that people can save on their food budget. And Jerry, I like it right here. Don't be too proud to reach out to a local church or a food bank for a basket. Yes. Many times at Thanksgiving time, the churches and the local food banks will give out a basket of things for the holiday season. And it will include a turkey many times, or produce, onions, celery, carrots, maybe some canned goods, some sweet potatoes, some cranberry sauce, those kinds of things. Now, let me just share with you guys a story. And this is about me and who I thought I was. So I have a family member who is a little bit stressed financially. And so she wanted to go to where one of the local churches was giving out turkeys and food baskets, and she needed me to take her. I'm like, I do not want to go to that church and be in a line with her getting a food basket. I didn't want anyone to see me in the line. Now, let me just give you a little bit more of the backstory. I used to teach community health nursing, and I would have students at these various places. And we would also be at this church and other places providing various forms of community service, either teaching, education, screening, that kind of thing. And then we also would spend time at the local food bank helping to pass out food, to set up the store, those kinds of things. So I'm like, I do not want to be in that line doing that. But she needed this service. So I took her over there and I stood in the line with her. And I'm just thinking, oh, Lord, I hope nobody sees me. And then I realized, who do you think you are? First of all, these folks in this line could care less who you are or who you think you are. They don't care about you. These people are here to get what they need for their family. So God really dealt with my head on that day. And I am glad that that happened, because I realized, this wasn't about me. This was about someone that needed the services that another agency was able to provide. So Jerry says, don't be too proud to reach out to a local church or food bank. Yes, don't be too proud to do that, because that's the time of the year where they will be giving out turkeys and other things like that. So be sure to do that. Oh, Leona is on. Hello, Leona. You have to jump on and say hello. I didn't know you were here. So thank you for jumping on with us. I'm glad you're here. She says she's late. That's okay. I meant to send you the link, but I didn't know if you were going to be busy or not. So Nefertari says her oven is dying. The temp gets jacked up, and her new range, oh my goodness, her new range won't get there until December 7th. She's grateful that there is no expectations for her to make anything in the oven. So, okay, so that's good. So you don't have to make anything in the oven. So whoever's having dinner with you are going to be bringing things that need to go in the oven. So good. I'm glad you have that. Yeah, you have to work with what you have. Slow cookers and instant pots, think about that. So Rachel says do that, and you're right. We talked about using slow cookers, and Miss Leona talked about using your slow cookers and your instant pots as much as possible last week. So there's that. And Leona, we just learned that Aldi's has turkeys on sale. We didn't know about this past weekend. Someone just told us they're on sale now, so I plan to check them out. But also Myers has turkeys on sale for 55 cents. We don't know if that was, I think that's now. So I plan to check out Myers tomorrow. So Donna says a breakfast casserole saves time. And also you can make it ahead. Do I have a breakfast casserole recipe that I can share with you guys? I will get one. I will do a video on a breakfast casserole and I will upload it. And I'm sure Miss Leona probably has one as well. Let's see. So Wanda's been prepping for several months. Oh, Wanda the chicken lady, just to get ready. So that's good. So Heidi said this will be the second year that she's made Thanksgiving dinner, and she wrote down what she made last year and planned to make the same menu. Exactly. Perfect your menu. You don't have to try to do something different. Do the same thing you did last year, and that will help you to streamline things, and you will get very comfortable with what you're making. And if I remember correctly, Heidi is one of our new homemakers. I think, didn't you just say you got married last year? So she's a new homemaker. And one of the things that I have been encouraging all of my young homemakers to do, and even my seasoned homemakers, if you feel like working it out, is to have a quiet Thanksgiving celebration with just you and your nuclear family. What's your nuclear family? That's you and your boo, or you and your children. Just that small group of people. Doesn't have to be fancy. You can set the table and all that kind of thing and say, we're going to have our own Thanksgiving dinner together. And you can talk about what you're thankful for. And it's just a little bit quieter, not so overwhelming, and you have time to focus on each other. Please let me know if you do that. And then for you young homemakers who it's just you and your boo, maybe you might get together with a couple or a couple of couples and do a Friendsgiving where it's just you and those couples and you celebrate Thanksgiving that way, just to kind of begin to practice those skills. So think about that. And while I'm thinking about it too, let me say that I'm also challenging you. Me and Blue Skies are hosting a Making Memories Holiday Challenge. Making Memories Holiday Challenge. And what we want you to do is to put on your apron. And whereas we would love for you to have that apron have been purchased from Apron Diva, it does not have to be. Use what you have. Put on your apron, because your apron unlocks your superpowers, and make some holiday memories with your family. Now, what kind of things are you going to do? You get to decide. You can bake holiday cookies. You can just cook whatever you're cooking in the kitchen, and your kids and your family is in there with you. They've got on their little apron and you've got on yours, and you're just having fun. So that 20 years from now, when your kids are together and they're talking about stuff, remember when we made those blah, 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 blah in the kitchen with mom? Or remember when we did this or that? But you're making holiday memories with yourself. So I'm trying to see if Blue Skies is sending me notes, but no, it's not her. It's other stuff. So, okay. So be sure to do that. And please join us for that celebration. And then when you take a picture, and it started on Monday, November 7th, it goes into December 21st. So that gives you plenty of time to decide what it is you're going to do and when. You can make the memories for Thanksgiving, you can make the memories for Hanukkah, Christmas, or Christmas, because by the 21st, Kwanzaa hasn't started yet. So those are the 3 holidays, and there could be some I missed in between there. There could be some other families that celebrate something else. Just make some holiday memories. Send us a picture, and then we're going to put some of the pictures on our community tab and give you a shout out. So there's that. And then Miss Leona says, yes, making your own drinks can save money for sure. So again, make iced tea. You can make lemonade. You can make wassail. And that can save you some money there. So if your money is really tight, spend it where it needs to be spent, and don't spend it on things that are frivolous or that you can do without. So just think about that. Okay, so let's see. Oh, so Nefertiti's husband is looking forward to showing off his rotisserie and smoking skills. So she's going to be able to let him take care of that. So Nefertiti, while he's doing that, you can do you. You can work on the aesthetics associated with the Thanksgiving holiday. So let him do him and you do you. Oh, so Ebony, so Leona says that her church included a turkey and a ham. That's really nice. Okay. Let's see. So Elizabeth says during her first dinner, she could only afford the powdered drinks to serve in pitchers. They went over well. She also hand washed everything. So yeah, the little things do matter. So yeah, get your family members, get your sisters, your cousins. Hey, you guys, come on in now. Help me with the kitchen cleanup. Get those dishes washed and get them put away. Powdered drinks like Tang and iced tea and those kind of things. Yeah, you can do those. Okay, so let me move along. So Leona says she does have a breakfast casserole. She will add that to her Saturday plan. So you guys have got to check out Miss Leona's Thanksgiving prep series she's been doing. And I was looking to try to find it, but Leona, I didn't see a playlist with those new Thanksgiving prep things in it. So if you could put that playlist together so that it's easier to find, then I'll link it in this description box and in all the other ones too, because you've been doing such a great job. And you guys, if you missed Miss Leona's Thanksgiving prep series, some of the things that she's been doing, I might have worked on some of those videos, but I was sick with this horrible flu-like thing the past 2 weeks, and I just wasn't able to. And Miss Leona, she just stepped right in there and she put together all those videos, all those series of things that you need to know to prepare for the holiday season, how to set up a buffet and all kinds of things. So do go over to her channel and check it out. I do have her channel linked in the description box. I've also got her playlist linked in the description box as well, but it's her Thanksgiving playlist that it's her Thanksgiving playlist, but it's not the new ones that she's been doing. These are some of the great recipes that she does. So you'll want to be sure to check those out as well. So be sure and come over and check that out. And I'm going to come back over here to that. And like Leona said, she said she uses the same menu every year. Most people do, because the tradition is this is what we have for this holiday time. Okay. Thank you, Leona. So again, holiday memories, and then that means you're going to jump in. Hopefully, you're going to jump in on that with us. I want to see some pictures of you and your little bits in their little aprons, and you guys cooking and doing all kind of fun stuff. So yes. Oh, Fruganisa, hello. So you know what? We talked about this a couple of shows ago, that if it's your first Thanksgiving, we talked about like what's the number one mistake that new homemakers make when they cook their first turkey. They forget to take the giblets out, or they'll take them out of the big cavity, but they forgot to get them out of the neck cavity. So yes, don't forget to remove all of the giblets. Look in the back and look in the front to make sure you got all the giblets out. Yes, yes, yes. We talked about that last week. Okay, so now Nefertiti says they went to the parade and then they would do different things. And so she also prints out pictures from her phone and lets the kids do some things with that. So, okay, so yeah, so that's pretty good. And Ronnie says every year she makes a simple Thanksgiving dinner for the five of them, and they use china, cloth, napkins, etc. Then they visit extended family afterwards. I like that idea too. So please, I'm encouraging all of you just to have a small, especially the new homemakers, create that new tradition for your family where you just have a small something with just you and your boo or you and your children, so that you can focus on one another, and then you'll have your big Thanksgiving with your other family members. So Donna's going to get a smoked turkey from the store. Her family is small. She's going to cut it in half and have one part for Thanksgiving and the other half for Christmas. Boom. I like it. Definitely. Okay. So there was that. I'm starting to kind of get real comfortable and ramble. So guys, I'm trying not to do that. So for those of you that just joined us, we are talking about getting comfortable for the holidays. What are some of the things that you can do to relieve stress so that you're not crazy for the holiday season? And so there's that. And all right, so we did that. So now one of the things that I wanted to talk about too, to help yourself relieve stress, is to romanticize your life for the month of November. And I think November's a good one to start that with if you've not started, because it helps you to take care of self. Now, let me just show you the definitions that I like to look at when I'm talking about romanticizing your life, and what that means. So let me find it. Here we go. So there's several different definitions that goes along with romanticizing your life. And one way that you can romanticize your life as we move into the end of 2022 is to appreciate what you already have. And then you can watch various movies and different things like that, get outdoors and bring nature in, etc. But there's some other things that it talks about. And again, why we should romanticize our lives is because it means taking the time to appreciate your day-to-day life, no matter how mundane. So there's some things that we do every day, and it can get to be just a little bit boring. But I have to tell you guys, when I was ill with that upper respiratory infection, and all I could do was lay in the bed and cough and sneeze and drink tea and yada, yada, yada. When I felt good enough to get out of bed and clean up in the kitchen, it felt so good to just be able to walk into my kitchen, to wipe off my kitchen counter, to wash my dishes, to unload my dishwasher. Those are everyday things, but it felt so good that I had the strength, their energy, and felt well enough to do them. So again, I'm taking the time to appreciate those day-to-day things. And there's a lot of different ways that you can romanticize your life. And one of the things it talks about is to ditch the negativity and, really take the time to explore what ministers to you. So now I'm going to stop sharing that, come back over here. And there is a a YouTube creator that I follow. I absolutely love her. Her name is Nikki Marino, and her channel is called Inspired by Nikki. And where I had seen other people talk about romanticizing your life, I like the way Nikki approaches it because she approaches it from a common sense, very practical perspective. And this is her video for November. She has a whole series. There's one for each month, but for the month of November, it's the 11th month, she's giving us 11 things that we can do to romanticize our lives. And these are things that minister directly to you, the homemaker. So if you've not visited Nikki Marino before, please take the time to do that. You will love her channel. But she is so ladylike, but you will certainly like this series on romanticizing your life. But one of the first things she talks about in that series is to pick your top 10 clothing items and wear them. Now, I thought that was kind of interesting because, you know, how we always have favorite garments that we have that we like, and we save them for good. And she says, why are we saving them for good? She says, those top 10 things that you enjoy, wear them. So let me just show you what I have on today, because I've been really trying to work on some of these things. So I've got on this cute little skirt, and let me see if I can get back far enough so you can see the whole thing. So kind of look at it's got like an asymmetrical hem, and I think it's really cute, and I love the like the little Dalmatian or giraffe print, whatever this is, the color. And I've had it in my closet probably for about 3 or 4 years. I don't wear it a lot. I usually will save it for good. I'll wear it to church or if I'm going out somewhere. So I thought, why don't I just put that on today? So I put that on with this top. And what I learned when I put it on, I thought, you know, I don't love this. I like it, but I don't love it. And I thought, you know what? This doesn't flatter me as much as I thought it did. So, but I'm wearing it today, and I'm going to see if I wear it again in the next few weeks. If I don't, then I'm going to donate it. But what it made me do was I thought, I don't like this as much as I thought I did. But I pulled it out of the closet and I put it on. So if there's something in your closet that you've not been wearing, you've been saving it for good, get it out and just put it on and just see how you feel. So whereas I felt like I felt pretty when I put it on, I didn't feel like I thought I would feel, because I thought, I don't like this skirt as much as I thought, but I did feel good getting it out. So there's that. So pick something out, your top 10 items, and wear them. The other thing she suggested, so Leona says she likes the skirt, and I do like it. It's nice, but I'm like, okay, but I don't love it. So the second thing she says is to sit outside and enjoy a warm drink. So I thought, I'm going to do that. We're going to sit out on the porch and we're going to have like some tea or something like that. My husband's like, there's no place to sit. I put all the furniture up. I'm like, what? He said, yeah, I put the furniture up 2 weeks ago. So he's already taken the chairs and all that kind of stuff off the porch that we normally would put away. But if it's warm enough in your area, that could be something pretty simple, just to kind of sit outside, enjoy nature, and just have a warm drink together. Item number 3 was to try a new soup. Now, it is soup season, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to find a new soup recipe, and I'm going to make it. We've been eating a lot of soup, and I was talking to Blue Skies today, and she's like, aren't you sick of soup? I said, I'm sick of chicken noodle soup. I've made chicken noodle soup so many times for me, for him, for them. It's like I'm sick of chicken noodle soup. But I like soup and stews this time of the year. And I bought some oxtails. So I thought maybe I should make that oxtail soup. I have not made it in years. Or maybe something completely new. There's a Thanksgiving stew I want to try. So you could make a new soup. Now, again, something simple. Your family would enjoy it. And it's something kind of, exercises your creativity. And it's not hard. Item number 4 was to turn in early, like just to go to bed early and just kind of relax, go to bed early, get a good night's sleep, and see how that makes you feel. These are things that minister to you. And I will admit that when I was ill, I went to bed and I went to sleep a lot earlier than I normally did. And it was kind of nice, to go to bed early. Not tip number 5, but item or strategy number 5 was to make your bed comfortable. Now, I thought that's a good one for right now because it's starting to get cooler. People are starting to turn on their heat. And I thought, I would like my bed to be more comfortable. And I thought I might need to switch out my bedspread or something like that, to make things a little bit warmer. But just maybe you might want to do something different with your pillows. I don't know. But to do something to make your bed more comfortable. And again, this ministers to you or to you and your partner. And it's not something hard. But just think about the art, and you're the art in the art and science of homemaking that you bring to whatever you do different in the bedroom. So let's see. Oh, now, Ronnie, you know what? Soaking in the bathtub is a good one. So I'm going to ask you guys, once I've given you guys a list, I'm going to ask you guys to pick out 3 things for you to try to romanticize your life, but also to help relieve the stress in your life as we move into the holiday season. Because, yeah, definitely all of us, well, I shouldn't say all of us, but many women and many men have that same experience. Um, So, just as a reminder for those of you that have joined us late, I am encouraging everyone to download my free printable, Your 21 Days to Get Your House Ready for the Holidays, to take advantage of my early bird Black Friday sale that Apron Diva is holding all month long. We got deals marked down, lowest ever. And then to check out my Thanksgiving 101 playlist, where I've got all kinds of foods that I show you how to cook that you might want on your holiday table. And also take advantage of clicking on Miss Leona's holiday playlist, which I've got in the description box. And I think I put her email address in there too, so that you can get on her email list to get some of the cool things that she's sending out. All right, so now strategy number 6 was to write a letter to yourself. And I thought that was quite interesting. So you write a letter to yourself now and you put it in your calendar. She said, like, put it in your November calendar for 2023, like just tuck it in the back. And then when that month comes around, pull it out and read it and kind of see where you are then compared to where you are now. And I thought, oh, that's such a nice idea. So think about that. Something nice and simple. Now, something else that she said, which made a lot of sense, strategy number 7, was to get the phone out of your bedroom. How many times have you tried to sleep and your phone is on your bedside stand and it's chirping? You guys have heard my phone chirping, making all kind of little beep, beep, beep. It does that all night long. So I've been leaving it in my office so that I don't hear it. It's helped me to relax and to rest better. It doesn't interrupt my sleep. So think about that. Putting your phone elsewhere so that you're not being disturbed by the little beeps all night. And then strategy number 8 was to surround yourself with seasonal scents. So now how can you do that? Well, you can buy some of the different little dishwashing liquids and things like that that has a seasonal scent, some kind of a pumpkin smelling scent or whatever. I got this out, and it's like a pumpkin smelling diffuser. So these little stems here, it like wicks the liquid up, and you can just smell this pumpkin aroma. It is called Purely Pumpkin Highly Fragranced Reed Diffuser. So it's a reed diffuser, and I got this at Hobby Lobby actually a couple of years ago. I bought 2 of them. I used one the year I got it, and I put this one in a closet. And when I was cleaning out some stuff, I came across it and I thought, why haven't I used that? Well, because it was out of sight. And I thought right now is the perfect time to get it out. It's pumpkin season. So I got it out and I had it downstairs in the kitchen where I could smell its aroma. So I brought it upstairs so that I could have it here to show you. But this is one way that I am ministering to me. I am sharing this beautiful fragrance in my kitchen, in my home with me and my husband. And it just makes me feel good. So it's a way that I'm ministering to me, kind of to help reduce my stress. And then the other thing that I've been doing is to, and I just had them, oh, here, is as you guys know, I've been taking more baths to kind of help me to relax and just to kind of romanticize my life by enjoying new scents and fragrances in the bath. And taking a bath or even a shower is a nice way to relax. So I've got these shower steamers and they've got all different kinds of fragrances in them. There's like lavender, menthol, and eucalyptus, grapefruit, vanilla and sweet orange, watermelon, and peppermint. So when I was sick with that flu-like illness, I put the menthol and eucalyptus one in the shower, and I just let the steam just kind of rise up, and it inhaled all that eucalyptus and menthol, and it just kind of helped to ease my breathing. Some days when I just wanted to relax, I put the lavender in, and let me show you what they look like. I'll get one out. They come in little tablets like this, and then you just drop them in the shower under the running water, and it just kind of, the flavor, not the flavor, but the fragrance just kind of comes up, the steam comes up, and and it just helps you to either relax or to breathe or whatever it is that you're using them for. So there's that. And then I've been doing that. And then, oh, something else. Guys, some things that are just so simple that you can do for yourself and you just put it off. I've been needing to go and pick up some makeup, foundation. I was out of the one that I have been using for a while. I have been using the Minted. Before I started using the Minted, I was using MAC. And then I tried the Minted, and it's like a stick makeup. And I thought, okay, I liked it, so I'll give it a try. It was a new company, so I thought I'll give it a try. And then when I was out of that, I needed to go to Ulta, and I just thought, oh, I don't feel like going to Ulta. So I just went to the drugstore and picked up some drugstore brand. And I really didn't like it. It wasn't the right shade. One was too light, one was too dark. There was no in the middle. So I settled on the one that was a little bit darker, but I thought, oh, this looks a little orange. But I used it because that was what they had. And I used it for months, not being really happy with it, but it was what I had. So my daughter was here for a special occasion, and she said, I need to get some makeup, so let's go to Ulta. So I went with her. While I was there, I let the MAC lady, test me and just, so that I could get the right shade. And I got my bottle of makeup. I got the NC 45. It says AB or AH1, but it's the NC 45. This is what I used. And it is perfect. It's the perfect shade. It matches me perfectly. And I felt so good putting it on. And I was like, what took me so long to go to the store for me to get something that I needed? If it was picking up something for one of my sisters, I'd have been out there in a shot. So make sure you are taking care of you. I tell you what, I'm just so glad to have this because, like I said, it's the right shade. And I feel so good putting it on because I feel like, okay, it's not orangey, it's not too light, it's not too dark. It's me. And I felt good for that. And then the other thing she says is to prepare the night before. Lay out your clothes the night before, check your planner, do some things that you need to do to help start your day off the next day a little bit easier. Lay your kids' clothes out the night before so the next morning, once you get them out of the bathroom, you put them through their morning routine, you can help get them dressed a lot quicker. Myself, I'll lay out my yoga clothes. I'll put them at the end of that sofa so that in the morning I can just get up, grab my yoga clothes, put them on, and head to the yoga mat and get it done. Because if I don't get it done first thing in the morning, it ain't going to happen. So there's that. And so just little things like that can help relieve your stress, but also to help take care of you. And then the last thing she suggested was to make a vision board and to make it now, thinking about what you want for 2023 rather than waiting until 2023 to do that. So there's that. So now let me just back up and see what you guys are talking about. So Leona says she loves a warm, comforting bed, and that's what I need to work on. I just kind of need to do some things differently because I've got a cooling blanket that's on the bed right now, and it really does its job in helping to keep things cooler. And so I may be trying something different just to kind of warm things up. So Dawn says she tried a new bean soup recipe tonight. She did Miss Leona's Mediterranean bean soup and it was delicious. Oh, I'm going to have to check that out because I love a good bean soup. So, all right then. Leona says she's glad that they like it. Oh, so Ronnie says that Leona's apple pie is sinful. But I have to try that too. So Rachel says going to bed as early as possible and waking up an hour or two earlier than normal and having a good breakfast before doing anything. Yes. When you go to bed early, then you're able to wake up early and you can wake up before your family. And I was talking to, well, one of my young homemakers had the question about sometimes she feels like she's not spending enough time with her littles because she has so much house stuff to do. Well, if you can get up about an hour or so before your family, get yourself dressed, and then get your morning swish and swipe and those kind of things out of the way before you get your littles up, then you can spend that time with them when they're up. And then when they take their naps, then you can get some more housework done and that kind of thing. Heidi says she's going to pick a few. So now what I want you guys to do is pick three, at least three, that you can implement to minister to yourself. Because what you're trying to do is just to take care of you, to relieve some of your stress so that you move into the holidays and you're just not crazy. So Rachel likes to get ready for the day while the laundry is going. And that's how she's been romanticizing her day. And it's those little things that we have to do every day, but to find joy in them. We can be grumpy and grouchy about having to put this laundry up and fold it and whatever, or we can just enjoy the little things and get that taken care of. Okay, so you guys are talking to each other. So Nefertiri says she's trying to make afternoon tea a must with a decadent treat. I like that idea. She's also been reading novels to escape reality. And Nefertiri, it's not necessarily that you're reading the novel to escape reality, but just you're reading the novel to introduce a new idea. And maybe when you're reading novels, it allows you to travel or allows you to visit days that are gone by. Because you can read Little Women and enjoy what life was like at that time. I like to read science fiction novels so that I can imagine what life might be like on another planet or in other areas. Or I like historical romances. I like sci-fi, but it just allows you to just kind of explore different universes. So I enjoy that as well. So you know what, Sue? I probably can buy it online. I just hadn't thought about it. I always put myself last on the list. If I even put myself on the list, I'm usually last on the list. But I'm trying to change that. So that was why I thought, okay, let's go to Ulta. And it just felt good to be in Ulta. I forgot how much I love that store because it's just so feminine and there's so many things in there that minister to the girly side of you. And it's just nice. So I'm really glad that I went. And yeah, the hour before the family gets up is the best time of the day. It's quiet and you can just do what needs to be done. Let's see. What's the matter? USPS are going to fix the problem. Is there something going on that I missed? I must have missed Hillary. Let me back up here for a second. Hillary, I will give you a call once we're done. I'll go online and find your phone number and give you a call. I gotta figure. I'm not sure what you're telling me. USPS says they're going to fix the problem and send my aprons. Question: Have you ever heard of? Okay, I'll have to figure out. I'll contact you as soon as we're done to figure out what that's about because I've not heard anything. And if you emailed me, I haven't seen it yet. Have I ever heard of cooking turkey upside down? Yes, to drain the juices into the breast. Yes. Most of the time, we sit the turkey on the back and then we let it cook that way, and then we baste it in a roasting pan so the juices kind of get on it from the top down. If you flip it over and put the breast on the bottom, that allows the breast to soak up a lot of those juices. You also, though, might run the risk of getting the breast scorched just a little bit if you don't have it on a rack. I use vegetables like celery, onions, and carrots. I make a rack with that, and I would set the turkey on that. Give it a try and see how you done it. But yeah, it should work okay. Okay, let's see. So, Ebony, Leona said that she will start her turkey upside down and then flip it over so that the skin browns nicely. So yeah, see, Miss Leona does that. She knows all about it. I used to love Star Trek when it was first on. I haven't watched it much lately, but I do like it. All right, yeah, I was pretty impressed by that too when she was talking about all that. I'm like, okay. So yeah, so those are some of the things though that I wanted you guys to think about. So let me ask you, what is your aha moment? What are you going to do to help relieve the stress in your holiday season? What three things can you do to minister to yourself? To minister to yourself to help you to relax so that your tank is full so that you've got something to give to others. What are you going to do? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the comment section. I would like to know. So, what can you do to romanticize your life and kick overwhelm to the curb? And like I said, these things that I've tried, they're just little things, but they made me feel better. And if it makes me feel better, then it makes me have more to give to my family. Because as the saying goes, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. So there's that. So, what are you going to do to romanticize your life? Okay, I don't know anything about that. I just read what's on the bottle, but Rachel does. Okay, so what are you going to do to romanticize your life? Oh, wait a minute. The Aprons went to Detroit Distribution Center? What? Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll sort that. We'll figure that out. We will figure that out. They went to Detroit. How on earth could that have happened? Hmm. I will double check the addresses and all of that. Okay, let me follow up on that. That's crazy. And my other question is, how did you know that? Like, how did you know where it went? I guess the supposed email should have shown you that you should have had your things by now. Okay. All right. So Sue says she likes the early to bed idea, writing the letter and wearing an outfit. She likes that because it could help her to declutter. And and she said it could have been Kaz or Dana who said, if you don't love it, donate it. Yeah, if you don't love it, donate it. Like this skirt, I like it, but I don't love it. So I may end up donating that. And then Hillary's reading a guidepost series of books on tea room mysteries. Oh, I like that. And then lovely stories, love stories. And Rachel's going to put her first. Lately, she's been getting herself up and getting ready before the kids, and it's been a game changer. Boom, Rachel. Yes, it will be. Getting yourself up early before the kids and then getting ready. It can be quite helpful. You can get so much done. And then Ronnie's going to spend more time with her nighttime skincare routine. And again, when you're romanticizing your life, you're just trying to make things a little easier, a little nicer, a little better. You're not putting an unrealistic spin on things. It's just trying, what can you do to minister to you so that you've got more to give to your family so that you're not stressed and overwhelmed. All right, well, ladies and gents, we have been on for a good little while. This has been a good conversation. I've certainly enjoyed it. So if you're on the replay, do leave me a note in the chat as to what it is you're going to do to romanticize your life to help to relieve the stress so that you don't get crazy during the holiday season. In the meantime, this is Denise Jordan saying, click here for more homemaking and homekeeping inspiration. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, okay. You're in Trenton, Michigan, and they sent it to Trenton, New Jersey. Okay. I'm glad it was their error at the plant and not mine because we really tried really hard to make sure things get to where they need to be. Read Old Christmas Tree. Okay, you guys are talking about books. Oh, thank you, Rachel. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, hey. So, you know what? We were talking about baking turkey in a brown paper bag a couple weeks ago. Miss Leona was talking about that, and people say it works just fine. Oh, you're welcome, Donna. I appreciate that. Everybody hit the like button, please, and then leave me a comment. And then Michelle and everybody else, good night. This has been a great conversation. We had a nice little coze. And in case people are saying, a little coze, well, coze is just a comfortable little chat. And I think we had a nice little coze. So thank you guys for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.